Yeah, we all hurting, but it feel like we can't escape. We all skating, and it feel like the ice gonna break. We all breaking down, but nobody feeling my pain, your pain. But the good gon' come someday. Feel like we're talking in a bubble, but we're walking into trouble. Cause we ain't trying to listen, so we're mocking one another. Though we ought to be my brother, but we vote in different colors. Feels like we're choking each other.
But the good gon' come.
And the media don't eat what they're feeding us. I wish it was hope, but it's the same greed and fear that just might tear us apart. Right down at the seams again. But if you trust like I do, go grab your thread and needle. Cause we're stitching this back together for the weak and the feeble, for the rich and the poor. It's not good versus evil. We the brother, we the mother, we the sister, we all equal. We the ones to form a more perfect union for we the people. Yeah. Let's come together now.
When we come together, then it's alright. Together we can make it through this fight. All I wanna say is that the good gon' come. Don't ever let them tell you that there's two sides. Trying to figure out who's wrong and who's right. All I wanna say is that the good gon' come. All I wanna say is that the good gon' come.
Yeah, we the people from Honolulu to Baltimore, Tulsa, Oklahoma, Anchorage, back to Arkansas. We the same people whose ancestors came off the shore. Some of us were already here, these are all of our stories. Who's ever prized freedom to dream of what's possible. For the right to breathe in life, be treated in the hospital. The right to speak my mind and overcome the improbable. The white, black, brown, every skin color possible. We the same people with the same color of blood. The same people who mourned when 9/11 was done. The same people that stand in line to vote for what we believe in. And when we disagree, to still agree to disagree with it. That's why we're here, the land our grandparents dreamed of. No matter where your roots are, the fruits are the same love, the same hopes, the same pursuit of happiness to keep on. Realize there's never been two sides, it's just we the people.
When we come together, then it's alright. Together we can make it through this fight. All I wanna say is that the good gon' come. Don't ever let them tell you that there's two sides. Trying to figure out who's wrong and who's right. All I wanna say is that the good gon' come. All I wanna say is that the good gon' come.
Yeah, realize there's no enemy lines. And every time we listen, we build heavenly ties. And every time we pray, we're changing the environment. It used to be hate, now I'm breaking down smiling. Don't ever let them tell you different, cause that's my ego saying you can't make a difference. Cause only we know that if we learn to love and listen, we can see no other way to break it down than we the people.
When we come together, then it's alright. Together we can make it through this fight. All I wanna say is that the good gon' come. Don't ever let them tell you that there's two sides. Trying to figure out who's wrong and who's right. All I wanna say is that the good gon' come.
And the good
Yeah.
But when we come together, then it's alright. Together we can make it through this fight. All I wanna say is that the good gon' come. Yeah. Don't ever let them tell you that there's two sides. Trying to figure out who's wrong and who's right. All I wanna say is that the good gon' come. All I wanna say is that the good gon' come. All I wanna say is that the good gon' come.
Get up in the morning, tell me, what can you do to keep on moving forward after all that you've been through? You kept that broken heart of yours beating through the night. So get up in the morning and get ready for the fight. Get up, my sister, rise up. My brother, stand up. All my neighbors, and hold up what you love. Rise up from your troubles and face another day. I know your path is rough and rocky, but you'll slowly find your way to a place a little clearer, to a heart open wide. Rise up from your troubles and see what's on the other side. Get up, my sister, rise up, my brother, stand up, all my neighbors, and hold up what you love. Stand up when you stumble and the world has knocked you down. See the hands reaching for you to pull you back around to the ground that is steady, to the road that leads you home. Stand up when you stumble and know that you are not alone. Get up, my sister, rise up, my brother, stand up, all my neighbors, and hold up what you love. Hold up what you love, for it is what will carry you over windy and wild waters. It will keep your compass true. In the night be your north star, in the day be your sun. Hold up what you love until the long journey's done. Get up, my sister, rise up, my brother, stand up, all my neighbors, and hold up what you love. Get up, my sister, rise up, my brother, stand up, all my neighbors, and hold up what you love. Rise up.
Pick your battle, choose a side. There's no middle ground this time. I choose forward. History will repeat itself. If not us, then who else? So I choose forward. I choose forward. Tear it down, raise it up so we remember. Push the poison out of the wounds that only fester. I choose forward. Can't make the dying make us numb. Excuses only make you look dumb. I choose to shut up and learn. This has to be a turning point. So tell me how I can use my voice. I know it's not my turn. Tear it down, raise it up so we remember. Push the poison out of the wounds that only fester. I choose forward. I choose forward. No.
Can one musician really change the world? Actually, they can, but not how you might think. One model for using music to create social change is to gather celebrities together, put on a big concert, inspire millions, and encourage activism to trickle down to our neighborhoods. Think We Are the World, Live Aid, and other amazing historic music events. Global becomes local. But today's world is different. We all have the power of the media in our hands. One recording from a cell phone can coalesce a global movement. We are now local to global, and Music to Life understands this. We support movements that start small and grow, and grow, and grow. Solving a problem locally gives it the strength to scale and succeed beyond our wildest dreams. And that's exactly why we launched our Activist Musician Accelerator program. We activate today's changemakers to become self-sustaining forces of good in their own neighborhoods. We offer them the support, resources, and training they need to do their vital work. We give them a toolkit of entrepreneurial skills to become a musical crisis response team, working to revitalize and empower their communities. Just a few of these enterprising artists can have a profound effect. Imagine if we had people like them deployed in every community across the nation. Imagine how that might scale, and you can understand how their influence could be positively revolutionary. Become part of our movement to activate these pioneering musician changemakers. Because musicians can change the world when you help amplify them.
Hello and welcome, friends, to another episode of Brave Troubadours. I'm Verónica Pérez-Picasso, Director of Programs at Music to Life, and your host for tonight's show. Some background for any new friends joining us. Music to Life was founded by Executive Director Liz Stuckey Sunday and her dad, Noel Paul Stuckey of the 60s folk and human rights trio, Peter, Paul, and Mary, to support the work of musician change agents in communities around the country. Working behind the scenes for tonight's show is our amazing team: Brandon O'Sullivan, producer; Sarah Morg, assistant producer; and Shaniqua Rudd, PR and media. The episode of Brave Troubadours is made possible by you, our amazing viewers, who are watching us on YouTube and Facebook. Throughout the night, you will see a QR code on the screen, which you can scan to donate, or you can find the donation link in the chat. We rely on your continued support to produce these shows and support our artists. And thank you for your donations and tips. And of course, if you have feedback on the show, please get in touch via the comment box or our website. We appreciate your help to make Brave Troubadours the best show it can be. You're in for a treat tonight with a slightly different take on our typical Brave Troubadours format. Tonight, you'll meet 10 artists from our 2023 Musician Changemaker Accelerator Academy, made possible by a generous grant from the Mellon Foundation. The Academy is Music to Life's signature online incubator and training opportunity for socially conscious musicians across geographies, genres, and generations. Over the course of 8 months, we're now in our 6th week. We will help these amazingly talented artists turn their innovative ideas for music-driven change programs into reality in their communities. Tonight's artists will introduce themselves and their projects in progress through intimate personal testimonies and clips from their online classes. Each has also provided a relevant music video for us to enjoy. I'm genuinely humbled to be working with such an incredibly accomplished and diverse group of musician changemakers, and I can't wait for you to meet them all this evening. We'll move quickly. Each artist will have about 5 minutes for their home video, introduction, project overview, and music video. Let's get started. It's my pleasure to introduce to you Rissi Palmer. The Southern soul musician has toured extensively around the country, was the first African-American woman to chart a country song since Donna Mason in 1987, and hosts her own radio show on Apple Music called Color Me Country with Rissi Palmer, where she amplifies the voice of country artists of color and those who have been marginalized in mainstream country music. We'll hear from Rissi herself about the project she's working on in the Academy, followed by her expertly produced and directed music video for her song, Seeds. Please welcome Rissi Palmer.
Hi, I'm Rissi Palmer. I'm a singer, songwriter, and host of Color Me Country Radio on Apple Music Country. And I would like to make the music business less scary, demystify it, if you will, for independent artists, especially artists of color. I have found that the one thing that supersedes sexism, racism, all the isms in this business is access to funds and information. When you know what to do, when you have access to the money to do the things that you need to do as an artist, you are able to create your own destiny, to write your own story. I was able to do that 13 years ago when I left my record company and became an independent artist, and I have been doing all of this on my own ever since then. And I believe that that's the key to financial freedom for artists, especially artists of color and marginalized artists. And that's what I would like to do with the Color Me Country Foundation, is to advocate for artists, provide information for artists, and to continue to administer the Artist Grant Fund that we started in 2021 for artists of color in the genres of Americana and country music, where we are underrepresented, but definitely foundational to the history and creation of those genres.
912, black male on foot, 591D, acting erratically, possibly armed, code 3.
Brothers and sisters, don't believe what you've been sold. They can bury your body, but never touch your soul. They built you a prison and locked up your mind, made you think you're nothing and filled your head with lies. Can't act too free, act too proud, shine too bright, speak too loud. When they try to cut you down, that's when you gotta stand your ground. When they bury our dreams, we push them up through concrete. We growing where they can't see. These roots run deep, cause we are seeds. When we rise up, no weapon can stop us. No wall can block us. No hate can stop love. We are seeds. Hey, I said we are seeds. Mothers and fathers, ancestors of this earth, bring us strength and wisdom. Teach your children what they're worth. Cause armed with truth and mercy, they won't fall to anyone. They're standing on our shoulders, reaching for the sun. When they bury our dreams, we push them up through concrete. We growing where they can't see. These roots run deep, cause we are seeds. When we rise up, no weapon can stop us. No wall can block us. No hate can't stop love. We are seeds. Hey, I said we are seeds. Yeah, I said the battle is now, and we are the army. I said the battle is now, we are the army. I said the battle is now, and we are the army. I said the battle is now, it's now, it's now, right now. Hey, when they bury our dreams, we push them up through concrete. We growing
What a powerful message. Rissi's work is so important for artists of color in country Americana roots music. Thank you. I'm happy to introduce our next guest of the night, artist, activist, advocate, and adventurer, Mehuman Ernst. Mehuman's signature sound, folk hop for hip folk, is Appalachian Americana, rooted in the traditional rhythms of gospel, jazz, and blues. Her music ignites personal revolutions that encourage a bolder way of being, a kinder way of seeing, and hopefully a more merciful way of sharing. She is also the creator and host of a weekly virtual show, Wish I Wrote It, that celebrates artists who inspire. Internationally celebrated in churches, mansions, to hollers, Mehuman has the ability to cultivate safe spaces in every language of laughter or tears. We'll hear more about the project she's cultivating through her academy and see Mehuman perform in Music to Life's private showcase at the recent Folk Alliance International Conference featuring OK Cello. Please give it up for Mehuman.
Hello, my name is Mehuman. My musician Changemaker project is about reclaiming and restoring creative inspirations so that they may become realities through experiencing the synergy of making music and growing food. No matter the obstacle or challenge, having the practices of making music, growing food, and building community shapes a perspective of possibility and a foundation of hope. As I consider the access, equipping, edifying, and preparation for the opportunities leading to my greatest achievements to date, I can gratefully summarize my story with one phrase: love in action. Because of ancestors like my parents, I've experienced firsthand the power of the intersection of music and farming to restore both a sense of agency and hope. At Segal Villa, we intend to grow a variety of functional gourds and foods while hosting workshops on songwriting and instrument making that highlight the contributions of BIPOC artists and pioneers through agritourism. While I truly believe that everything worthwhile starts and ends with a song, I also am living proof that the most fruitful seeds flourish in the soul first and then the soil. All are welcome. Come grow with us.
We have a disconnect from the land, and we've had to endure a separation from ownership of land and even our own music and foods. The program I hope to build finds the synergy in food and music and community, and if you will, family, those who are putting their collective energies towards reclaiming their ownership of their own narratives and dreams and histories and heritages, even if those heritages are intermixed by sheer nature of this American experience. Part of building a legacy for me is to find ways to help others explore music and celebrate their heritage.
My eyes are playing tricks on me. I've never seen such beauty. My eyes are playing tricks on me. I've never known such beauty. Is all this beauty for free? My head is playing games with me. I thought I once knew you. My head is playing games with me. I thought I knew just what I wanted. I want you, beauty. Do you want
Mehuman's Academy project, now called the Gourd, feeds the body and the soul, combining farming and music. This is beautiful work, and Music to Life is so pleased to hear her bring it to fruition. Our next artist is Ruben Beny Esguerra. Beny arrived as a child in Toronto, Canada, from Bogota, Colombia, as a political refugee with his parents, who were receiving threats for their human rights activism. Today, he is a Juno-nominated multi-instrumentalist and producer, spoken word poet, arts educator, and community worker. Beny has designed courses taught at Canadian universities and currently facilitates interactive virtual and in-person drumming, storytelling, and beat making workshops in schools across Ontario. In 2021, he was chosen as the laureate of the Ontario Arts Foundation Arts Educator Award and is featured on Music to Life's very own Home Rises 2 compilation album that was released in 2022. Let's hear from Beny about his Academy project and watch New Tradition Music's fourth cycle of their mobile studio program in their music video, So Blessed. Give it up for Beny Esguerra.
Peace and much love. My name is Ruben Beny Esguerra. I am an artist, arts educator, and community worker raised by a family of artivists who taught me the importance of community building through the arts. We arrived to Toronto from Colombia as political refugees due to the human rights work that my parents were involved in, and I became politicized at a very young age. And this upbringing is one of the many reasons why I do change-based work. I became an activist and organizer and have seen transformative change take place in the lives of many of the youth who I've had the privilege to work with. And this is why my work matters. My vision pertaining to this project is community preservation through the preservation of the artists. It is for the program to transform gang-related tensions into unity, socially conscious advocacy, and community building. And of course, the growth of the program by bringing it into other communities nationally and internationally that have similar challenges. Thank you for your time, consideration, and support. Peace and much love. The Wheel It Studios Community Mobile Studio Program provides free music education, equipment, and access to professional engineers aiming to preserve and connect communities in 2 Jane Finch neighborhoods through music.
Blessed for another year with the family. Resmade, Tracy K, Esco, Isha, Tiro, Aleja, No Filter, Bayam Bay, Chocolate Cocoa Baby, POTD, Product of the Divine, Beny Esguerra, aka Dr. Roof, Civilian J Rebel, Concrete Warriors, Real It Studio. Feeling blessed.
Right, the freedom I feel got me through this hard life. My mask off, I swear it feels so nice.
Every day I wake up in the morning feeling blessed. No one can take away my vibe. No one can take away my high.
Yeah, I feel so blessed just to breathe. Feel the air in my chest. Put a foot out the door, give thanks, dog. Yeah, for every single step.
Giants in the sky, come around and there's only good vibes. My light don't dim, never die. Stick with us, cause we are gonna take flight, Feeling blessed, blessed, so blessed. We stay blessed, feeling blessed, so blessed. We stay blessed.
Younger with autism, didn't understand everything right away. Might have given up, didn't always know that there'd be brighter days. Now I'm kicking back on kick snares and I made a ways. And I'm blessed to say there's something you can never take away.
Growing up in Roachville department, that's where it all started. It wasn't easy, but that's what made me see. Now I still stay blessed.
You already know I'm from the trenches. Some people like to think I'm reckless. They don't consider asking questions. I'm blessed despite the disrespecting. So blessed, God gave me my wants and needs. So blessed, sometimes I can't believe how things grow when we don't plant the seed. Open my arms and I start receive.
Feeling
blessed.
Eso, Beny. Great to see he is continuing social justice work that his parents started in Bogota. Such an honor to work with him on this vision. Our next musician of the night is Stellar, a transcendental protest folk artist and founder of Seventh String, who weaves unflinchingly introspective singer-songwriting with the urgent calls to action of classic counterculture folk music. Rooted in early influences, Joni Mitchell and Tracy Chapman, Stellar sings with a conviction and joy that helps us remember the personal is political, oppression must be unlearned, and liberation is for everyone. In a moment, you'll hear more about their Academy project and see a recent clip from this year's Folk Alliance International Conference, where Stellar performed in an exclusive showcase with Music to Life. Please welcome Stellar.
Hey y'all, my name is Stellar. I'm a non-binary transcendental protest folk musician who just moved here to Richmond, Virginia. And the project that I will be developing with Music to Life will have to do with one of two things. Either supporting musicians in the region and local area who, like me, are living with a mental health disability of some kind, or using music and song to support and enable white folks like me in confronting and looking at all of the ways in which we do and have historically been perpetuators and tools of American white supremacy, and also using music to connect to our ancestries and lineages back from before we became white and before we became tools in the hands of American white supremacy. And hopefully like connecting us with both ancestral lineage, healing, and also, you know, I really want more white folks to know like how much of our own humanity white supremacy and disaster capitalism take from us, and how truly joining and aligning ourselves with the movements for liberation of Indigenous people, of Black people, of people of color, of workers, of, you know, the earth and climate change, all of it, how all of that brings us back to our own humanity as well. So one of those two things, unclear yet which direction it will take.
Everyone thinks they're good ones, trying not to look in the mirror, but I see my people are fading, digging our own graves. We think the enemy is them, there can't you see? Terrorists and welfare queens sure as can be. But do you ever wonder why there's always one more hate to try? What you might be missing, what you can't see. Because I've met the enemy, and the enemy is me. 9 at Emmanuel, 300 wounded knee. This violence is our history, and silence our complicity. And I ask you here right now, who do you want to be? Only it were that simple. Somebody for us to blame.
Stellar's work is so relevant in our cross-cultural and diversity, equity, inclusion, and belonging work to remove obstacles and to heal. The song Enemy is the lead single of their LP Rainbow Shadows. The next artist you're about to meet went from being homeless to becoming an esteemed rap professor, a father, husband, and international multi-hyphenate entertainer in just 2 years. Saxon Kincy is a rapper from Denver, Colorado, and he's performed internationally from Hip Hop Camp in the Czech Republic to Hero Day in Oakland. His music has since been featured in HBO's Silicon Valley, Netflix hit films Malcolm and Marie, and Someone Great. Stars as Madden Football and Hightown, as well as CW's Black Lighting, and numerous national commercials, including Nike. Saxon will tell us about his project with the Academy, and then the music video we'll see is for his song The Perils, directed by Anthony Yano Hayes. Please welcome Old Man Saxon.
Hi, I'm Saxon Kincy, aka Old Man Saxon, and the project I will be developing with Music to Life is a BIPOC kids entertainment character based in an Afro-futuristic world. This is to show BIPOC children that they flourish in the future, and we'll do that through creative storytelling, fun songwriting, and amazing visuals. Afrofuturism is a very important part in this project, and I can sit here and try to explain what it is for hours, but I think Afrofuturism is a way to speak about Black and brown people in a way that is hopeful. I think a lot of the music I listened to growing up had an effect on how I viewed the future. There were songs that made me think that I didn't have a future. I remember thinking I wasn't going to make it to 30. By creating this BIPOC children's character, we ensure that these little kids see themselves in the future and plant the seeds for the next musical generation to have a brighter outlook. Thank you. Because I grew up around hip hop and heard all these stories about, people who look like me dying at 24 and everything, I think for me it was just to have a BIPOC character who really isn't just completely hip hop, right? There's house music, it's disco, it's all types of stuff. It's the future of music also, right?
Wake up all alone, like what can your boy say? Shit, shower, shaves, taking the whole day. Thinking with no pays, like fucking with no size, or cutting with no knife, or trusting your hoe, right? Like why? Interviews asking me where my stripper pole, but I can't drop the ball, so I spit, give and go. If I give them that real shit, I'm concealing. Broke, no dough and chillin', they laughing me out the villain. Can I use your restroom? What? No? What type of noise is that? Most these fools ain't loyal cats, they smoking till the foil's black. Sorry. Trees started confessing, departed with Wessons and restarted the lesson. We started from less than no excuse though. Just wanted the roof over my head. 2 hoes, skin black, commute boat, make cash for my crew flow. A house on the hill, who know? Just wanna go home. Can't wait to go home. Just want to go. Wait to go home, all alone. Choked up while I'm writing this. Didn't think my life would get so fucking trifling. Living like mice and men. Hoping this shit gets right again. Looking like I crawled out of a chimney while I was in my vicinity. Hoping they remember me, but stuck in anonymity. Mind blown like Kennedy when I start picking these written things. Now give me cheese, can I get my cash today? If not, tomorrow's fine as long as I ain't broken. Getting dope, and that's the bottom line. You niggas don't give a shit. Constipation and constant hating got me looking up at the constellations. Steady corroborating fallacies about where I'm staying, like, somewhere in Silver Lake. But really in the back on the passenger side, posting and laughing like, look where I'm at tonight. Just wanna go home. Can't wait to go home.
Saxon has talked about his Academy project as a real shift in his musical career. yet a logical extension of his interest in positive messaging and building self-esteem among children of color. So happy to have him with us. Bringing our next artist, I want to take a moment to point out the Music to Life tip jar on the screen and in the chat. Proceeds from tonight support our work with musician changemakers like the ones you're meeting in this show. We actively recruit over 100 of these artists a year, helping them develop and grow their own music-driven programs that serve communities in need around the country and address issues like immigration, advocacy, prison reform, youth empowerment, health and wellness, climate change, and substance misuse, among others. These artists have the power to affect every aspect of our lives. And here at Music to Life, we help them build the skills and partnerships to make a living while also realizing their bold visions for community change. Your support helps us to help them build sustainable lives of service that make the world a better place. Thank you. One more thing before we get back to the show. Here's a snapshot of our Academy Arts in action, waving their appreciation to you. And hey, what's that in their hands? Why, it's Music to Life's travel mug. As you're offering your financial support tonight, you can join all of us in the Music to Life movement by owning your very own travel mug. Available on our merchandise page, linked in the chat. Cheers to you and thanks again. Next up, we have Elisa Harkins. Elisa is a Native American Cherokee Muskogee artist and composer based in Tulsa, Oklahoma, whose work is concerned with translation, language preservation, and Indigenous musicology. She has a BA from Columbia College, an MFA from Cal Arts, and attended the Skowhegan School of Painting and Sculpture. Additionally, Elisa has created an online Indigenous concert series called 6 Moons and published a CD of Creek Seminole hymns. Elisa resides on the Muskogee Creek Reservation and is an enrolled member of the Muskogee Creek Nation. Here is Elisa to introduce us to work she's bringing to the Academy, followed by her performance of This May Be the Last Time We Don't Know, or Esbogides o mis Castigos, a Muskogee Creek hymn that was sung on the Trail of Tears and continues to be sung in Muskogee Creek churches today. Please welcome Elisa Harkins.
Histe Stango. My name is Elisa Harkins. I'm Cherokee on Muskogee Creek. I'm Bear Clan, and my tribal town is Coweta. And because of a historic U.S. Supreme Court decision, the city I currently reside in, Tulsa, is located on the Muskogee Reservation land back. And I'm currently getting my certificate in Muskogee language at College of Muskogee Nation. And as a musician changemaker, I'm interested in revitalizing the Muskogee and Cherokee languages to where it is not uncommon to hear these languages on radio or TV. I also want to inform people about Indigenous history and futures, as well as the Land Back movement. Mido, thank you. The exhibition by Elisa Harkins, Igana Land, unearths Indiana's unknown Indigenous history through a blend of music, photo, video, sculpture, and performance, created with an Indigenous-centered approach, aiming to revitalize Cherokee and Muskogee Creek languages and address the issue of climate change.
Espogides omes Kethискos, Espogides omes Kethискos, Mikos abauge abeyana, Espogides omes Kethискos, Espogides omes Kethискos, Boma baudake abeyana, Espogides omes mes que discos espogue de somes que discos Jawanda gay abeyana espogue de somes que discos espogue de somes que discos me gozaba gay abeyana espogue de somes que discos espogue de somes que discos Boma bauda que abeyana espogue de somes que discos espogue de somes que discos Jawanda gay abeyana espogue de somes que discos espogue de somes que discos espogue de somes que discos.
Such an emotional hymn. It's inspiring to learn how Elisa's music, dance, and sculpture preserves the Muskogee Creek and Cherokee land, language, and culture. Tonight's next artist is a multi-instrumentalist, music producer, audio engineer, and music community activist. Inspired by a greater purpose, Marfizo uses his artistic skills to serve others while working as a teaching artist, composing original music with youth across the state through the music education nonprofit Colorado Music Bridge, which he co-founded in 2019. His accompaniment and production has been featured in local stages across all genres. Let's hear more about Ernst's project with the Academy and take a peek into his home studio. Please give a warm welcome to Marfizo.
Hi Music to Life, my name is Marfizo, and for my project I'm excited to introduce the Piano Atlas. The Piano Atlas is an innovative approach to learning music that uses our hybrid number system, which combines traditional music notation with an intuitive visual mapping of the keyboard that provides students of all ages with the tools and skills they need to become proficient musicians and songwriters. The program uses resources such as the Piano Atlas to create a personalized and engaging learning experience that caters to the unique needs and interests of each individual student. Through a combination of traditional and modern teaching methods, the Music Atlas curriculum encourages creativity, critical thinking, and a lifelong love of music.
Oh, I know you know. Keep holding on and letting go. It's a constant
Piano Atlas is such an important tool to make music more accessible. Aaron and his organization are taking important steps to redefine music education. Up next, we have award-winning singer-songwriter and Kentucky-born artist Carla Gover. Carla performs original and traditional Appalachian music that touches upon themes of home, family, a sense of place, social justice, and spirituality. She is the artistic director for both the Cowan Creek Mountain Music School and bilingual folk opera Cornbread and Tortillas. And she was recognized by the Kentucky Arts Council as a master artist in flatfoot dancing. Recently, she founded the first ever online Appalachian flatfooting and clogging academy. Let's hear from Carla herself and the project she's working on with Music to Life. Then we'll see a video of her song Home, performed by the Cornbread and Tortillas Collective. Give it up for Carla Gover.
My name is Carla Gover, and I am a folk singer, ballad singer, banjo player, and flatfoot clogging Appalachian dancer from Eastern Kentucky. So I am a culture bearer, and I represent the traditions of my home, my family, my community. And my project is called Cornbread and Tortillas, which is a collective of artists from Appalachia, Central America, and South America who are working together. We have a bilingual folk opera that showcases music, storytelling, and dance. It tells our life stories. It has themes of home, family, community, food, migration, immigration, and it celebrates our shared connections, our human connections. It attempts to create a feeling and an idea where we all have a place at the table and we're all celebrating each other and our own similarities and differences. And we seek to create an idea of a more inclusive and diverse Kentucky than maybe historically other people have thought of us and than we have thought of ourselves. And we also do so through a spirit of joy, music, celebration, harmony, laughter, and through our community outreach and our work in Kentucky and beyond.
I walk a crooked road from the cradle to the grave. I play crooked tune along the way. Sometimes I lose my way and I wonder where to turn. Is there some lesson here that I just can't learn? Melody playing over every song I've known, calling me home.
I stumble on the path when it gets too dark to see. I need to fan the flame of the light in me, and all the ones I love who are living in my heart. They really shine me through all the hardest parts.
El ritmo es lo que pulsa en cada corazón. Escucha la canción.
Carla's project shares the value and the richness of the Appalachian and immigrant communities. Amazing work coming from Kentucky, and we're so honored to have the chance to work with her. Next up, I am pleased to introduce you to Shelley Segal. Segal's work is rooted in organic sounds and instrumentation. Raised in her father's klezmer, a traditional Jewish folk band, she incorporates many of those early influential melodies, progressions, and even some Hebrew liturgy with contemporary forms. Her debut folk pop protest record garnered fans in the US and kicked off 8 years of nonstop touring with a performance to 30,000 on the National Mall in Washington, D.C. In between Country Crossing, Shelley regularly creates music which supports grassroots activists and performs for community activist groups and human rights organizations. Shelley will first introduce us further to the project she's working on with Music to Life, and then we'll take a look at her video, Our Resistance, a song released in honor of International Women's Day, directed by Dane Edward. Please welcome Shelley Segal.
Hi, my name's Shelley Segal. I'm a vocalist, songwriter, guitarist, and recording and touring artist. I was born in Melbourne, Australia, and I'm now based in Los Angeles in the United States. I was brought up in a Jewish community, which was my foundation in music and community. I performed traditional klezmer music, which is a Jewish folk music with my father's band. The project I'm developing with Music to Life is a collaboration with science educator and communicator Dan Lombardo. It's a musical and educational project that focuses on the Puget Sound watershed, the animals that live there, and the threats that they face to their survival. The project is designed to inspire people of all ages to take tangible action in the environmental fight, with a focus on the Puget Sound watershed and other Pacific systems as well.
Now is the hour for the woman's voice. Around the world for a woman's choice. We will not rest until we all are free in our right to live with autonomy. We will mourn, we will cry for all those who have died. We will sing, we will dance. This is our resistance. We will learn, we will thrive, we will fight to survive. We were born for this chance. This is our resistance. Our resistance. We were born for this chance. This is our resistance. Oh, the war, it comes from all sides, from governments and family ties. We will not fail. We hold our mother's plans to be heard in all of our demands. We will mourn, we will cry for all those who have died. We will sing, we will dance. This is our resistance. We will learn, we will thrive, we will fight to survive. We were born for this chance. This is our resistance. We will mourn, we will cry for all those who have died. We will sing, we will dance. This is our resistance. We will learn, we will thrive, we will fight to survive. We were born for this chance. This is our resistance. Our resistance. We were born for this chance. This is our resistance.
What an empowering video. Through storytelling, spoken word, visual, and musical performance, Shelley's environmental project is a fantastic way to inspire people to take action. We're excited to be working with her. Here's Nicolás Valdez, a San Antonio-based performance artist with over 15 years' experience in cultural arts activism. His introduction to the stage came early, and by 15, he was an active member of the Guadalupe Cultural Arts Center's youth theater company Grupo Animo, writing and performing in original staged works. Over the years, Nicolás has developed his own unique style, incorporating music, poetry, and theater into culturally relevant performances that speak to the experiences of the communities along the U.S.-Mexico border. He has also dedicated most of his time to working with young artists in underrepresented communities of color. Let's hear from Nicolás himself about his work with the Academy, and then check out a clip of his band, Los Nahuatlatos, performing Jamás Inquieto. This group is a synthesis of traditional Latino styles, from conjunto to reggae, Chicano soul to ska and cumbia. And the song we'll hear is a call to action to save the earth. Give it up for Nicolás Valdez.
Okay, my name is Nicolás Valdez. I'm based here in San Antonio, Texas. My work focuses on reclaiming lost narratives around the Mexican-American experience in Texas. My focus recently has been mostly on conjunto music, and I want to expand this work to include the Mexican-American influence on Texas music, to include blues and swamp pop and jazz. But the idea is to create a series of community concerts where there is an exhibit that talks about these influences and then gives folks an opportunity to share their own narratives and some kind of archive that we're creating, either digitally, through archival footage, audio footage, as well as doing some ethnographic interviews. So somewhere in that scope is where I'm trying to head.
Lástima me da cuando veo las noticias. Me agüito tanto y el dolor. Ver que el mundo sigue sufriendo. Pero nada va a cambiar si nos quedamos en el sofá. Por el amor a la madre tierra, Pachamama y Nancy, hay que romper estas falsas fronteras, desmayarse ya. Por el amor a la madre tierra, Pachamama y Nancy, hay que creer en un mundo sin guerra, desmayarse ya. Rise up, people, here is your chance. Lift up your hearts, not just your hands. Look at the choices they have given us. Jamás inquietos, resisten ya. El amor a la madre
Gracias, Nicolás. Nicolás's deep connection with nature and his roots is evident in his music and in his Proyecto Pax. It is an absolute delight to be working with him this year. What a heartwarming night. Please don't forget to tip the artists here, folks. If you've enjoyed what you've seen, please give as generously as you can to these artists and the Accelerator program so they can realize their dreams for a better world. The PayPal link is here on the screen. There's also a link in the comments. What an inspiring show of talent and dedication here tonight. Thanks so much to all of you. Finally, if you like what you've seen, stay in touch. There's so much exciting programming, especially online shows, artists and community stories coming your way from Music to Life. Join our email list, spread the word about our work by liking us on social media, and join us next time for another episode of Brave Troubadours. Thanks for your support, everyone. Be safe and healthy out there. See you next time.
Lástima me da cuando veo las noticias. Me agüito tanto y el dolor. Ver que el mundo sigue sufriendo. Pero nada va a cambiar si nos quedamos